So, critique, then consult? Okay.
I was going to say consult.
You switched it. But I didn't want the detail to nail it, so. To consult. Anybody not ready?
It's like a whole order from did you?
Go slow. Go slow.
Oh, I'm gonna reorder it a little bit, but yeah.
Everybody got time for that.
It'll flow, it'll flow. Resolve, resolve.
Framing issue with this debate. Conceive the inevitable collapse of the neoliberal model. First, its economic instability increases. The rich poor gap means the bottom. Boom bust will get worse. Is the capital force that flows north and property flows south. Second, it's politically unstable because neoliberal reforms reduces the role of the system become market. Just the market model. They don't change the actual system, and it means the constructors to maintain it. Now, prior debate. First, except the Margaret and Pierre analyzing the consequences of the plan failed to justify any neoliberal structural exploitation. First, ideals are roadmaps. They shape and access choices to make access. What they dominate the knowledge, the economy, and institutionalize. They constrain our policy choices and ignore better solutions. Second, ideas legitimize their institutions, allowing their firms to justify the kind of neoliberal practices, expand, rebuild, and consolidate the ideas of the U.S. acceptable. This allows the Washington consensus to legitimize a failing system that's regarded as here. There are no permutations, means only through the alternative can we solve for any of the impacts. Now the K-Pro now extend the Saunders card impact calculus. The framing of the firm's impact only makes sense in the neoliberal system. First, threats are construction, social location determines what risks are actual dangers. The risk research is deemed by threatening norms and social order, backing up by adjusting peers. We have empirics that these are anti-American. We have empirics that they are proliferating. However, we don't have any. We don't actually. We just interpret the correlation as absolute causes of an internal linkage. Hold their existential risk impacts to higher threshold disability and death should not be prioritized until we understand how we interpret the world. The 1% risk of one infinity is only always going to be used to avoid structural violence. Risk avoidance becomes a moral impact when the affirmative tries to solve atrocity in the future. They ignore the atrocities live today. Can see the structural violence impact. Structural violence outweighs strongly on existential impacts. Ignore the atrocities going on today. Prefer the systemic impacts. Each, for instance, some internal link decreases. The internal link change decreases the probability over time structural violence will kill more than all the wars combined in the world. The neoliberal policy ensure negative rights and freedom for government intervention. That evidence can't be ignored. In Latin America today, there are 70 million more hungry, 30 million more illiterate, 10 million more families without homes, 40 million unemployed persons who were 20 years ago. Nobody, there's some people in Latin America who do not know who freed the slaves. There are 240 million human beings who want to the life of region or richer and more stable than ever. Continuing engagement increase the race power gap, increase the instability of the system. Now, the critique turns case to zero policy failure. Existing part of the economic engagements failed. They can't solve for any of the impacts. They could assume that the U.S. is always going to be the best. The West is best means they can't solve for the abortion and the proliferation and hegemony. Only fuel the anti-Americanism, which is reasons why they're proliferating. These anti-Americanism will all be created. Historically, U.S. intervention has bred instability. Guatemala was a United Fruit Company. Afghanistan, when fighting Russia, now they also can't solve for any of their human rights because the neoliberal focus on providing the property rights and the freedom of government intervention program flow capital. Only the rich get the human rights. That was the courage of 03 card from the human rights flow because we have to first decide who has the resources to actually be considered human. And the framing issue in this round is that they don't create a framework for how we should evaluate the conflicting human rights policies. Only the neoliberal and the alternative can solve for this. Now, they can't solve for one because they do not focus on the actual consumption of the actual. They only focus on the symptoms and actual consumption. They blame Latin America for always for protecting the environment and turns that they make no permutation means it's competitive. The linked alternative is going to solve the alternative solves alone. They extend the wash card. The process of critique we can the substance to critique we can change how and why the U.S. engage. First, intercultural we change our position from the engaged to the people engaged. We epistemic use should use the Latin American knowledge to question USA and Euro such knowledge and framework, and once we do calling state engagement, we become critically conscious of understanding the past and present. We open up new suggestions and productive paths to explore, create us a wash card. This is the most pragmatic sort of change, and the framework debate, you view the whole 1AC as you view the entire of the 1AC. They concede that their framework is meant to anti-educate, they exclude all critique around, even if it is topic specific. Latin America is rooted in their history as neoliberalism. The counterinterpretation 1AC, the focus debate, should all their advantages be able to prepare and improve the policymakers as a policy and agility and knowing the consequences behind also justifications. You can't win on framing because if at best we meet at a middle ground, you can reject the alternative. We still get the inevitability claims that the impact turns to the K-power debate. She says the Barnett we confuse the role of the state. However, that was above the K-power debate, and we also don't completely reject the resume card. We don't completely reject hegemony ideals. The resume card it doesn't make a distinction between genocide and some period. We don't reject. We change how it works. There's no other. They have made the alternate solutions that were answered above. The only thing they say that nothing will happen after the debate round. However, the only thing we know for certain is that someone's going to win this debate out of London. It's going to be Maine East and Alpha round. We don't know what happens after the plan, and they don't extend any permutation.
Well, that was clever.
Oh,
can see the internal link chains, there's not going to be any relation in the future because the anti-Americans are always going to be reconstructed from the neoliberals as well as the fact that Cuba does not want relation. They don't get any relation spillover credibility. The credibility go to the counterplan. Counterplan, you can see the permutation. There's no options in the flow. Any theory arguments are redirect the argument, not the team, because they can see that the relation of the consult counterplans are good because they increase the topic specific education on the process of plan.